This is the worst financial decision I ever made in my life. And I have made plenty of not great financial decisions. And I have bought a lot of things that I thought were going to be it, to help me make it big. But this is the one that I blame myself the most for because I knew better. So in 2020, I was doing a lot of learning how to be an online entrepreneur, specifically around marketing. I was buying a bunch of courses, and basically, if anybody was offering it, I at least considered buying it. And if I had the money in my account, I probably made the down payment on it. And some of the things I actually went through and learned some stuff from, some of the things I never even opened. I was like, I think there was a $3,000 course that I never got around to taking at all. But at that point in my life, I was learning how to make financial decisions by making a lot of bad ones. So those were bad. But I consider buying this offer from Alex Hormozi the worst financial decision of my life because it was last year, it was 2025. I'd already spent 5 years learning how to make financial decisions, learning more about accounting and getting better as an accountant and creating resources for entrepreneurs on managing their money. And then here I spent $6,000 on this offer when I directly went against all of the things that I had already identified as like guardrails for making financial decisions. So I want to be clear, I'm not blaming Alex Hormozi for selling this to me. I am blaming myself for buying it. I'm blaming myself for talking myself into buying it. And I'm blaming myself for not going through the things that I had set up to protect myself. I basically ran straight ahead and did not pay any attention to the red flags that I was identifying. Even in the moment, I overrode them. So the offer was August, so almost a year ago, of 2025. And Alex Hormozi was releasing his third book, $100 million money models, I think it was. And he was using a lot of the same funnel strategies that he learned from ClickFunnels. A fun fact, if you didn't know, Alex Hormozi was part of Russell Brunson's inner circle for a long time. So he's using all of these marketing tactics, which obviously work. I bought the thing. And my husband and I have been fans of Alex Hormozi for a long time, since he was part of ClickFunnels, one of their 2 Comma Club winners, since he was doing Gym Launch. And we very much liked his beginning, his early content, the YouTube videos where he's in his flannel shirt in his kitchen, drawing on a whiteboard and telling you how to calculate your calories. Like that kind of content, we really appreciated that. And so we've been following him ever since. And when he said he was going to do a live launch, we were like, oh yes, let's watch it and support him. Well, I already knew going into it that live launches, live pitches tend to be very emotionally pressuring for me because I am a recovering people pleaser. And so the longer someone is saying things and acting like they want me to do something, the more likely I am to do it. So the fact that it was going to be a live launch was already a red flag, because I am susceptible to emotional pressure. And then it was, I think he said it was going to be like a couple of hours, but they ended up staying on live for practically all day. And since there was no cutoff point, we were watching it like a game broadcast. Like as long as it was going, we were like, been hours now, and are we going to go on and do other things with our life? So not only was it a live launch and it was emotionally pressuring, but it was an extended time frame. And so I overrode all of the decisions, like pre-rules that I had already made for myself. When I'm making financial decisions about purchasing a product, I will do this and this and this first. I didn't do any of that. I went into it not intending to buy the offer because I figured it would be way more than I could afford. Yet I ended up buying it anyway. $6,000 for his, well, it wasn't an offer. It was, you were donating 200 of the money model books to entrepreneurs. And then as a thank you, he would give you this playbook system, which is like secret behind the scenes stuff from his business and how they run their business and how they consult other businesses to be successful. So it was this plus access to their ACQ AI, which is like a chatbot that's been trained on this material. And so you weren't buying a thing, you were donating books. So it's phrased as, it's positioned as you are doing something generous for other entrepreneurs. Plus, he's saying that this offer will never exist again as it is right now. He doesn't release this. It's not going to be published in a book. This is, what did he say? 3 years, 10,000 hours worth of live interviews with very successful people that he's coaching. Like he did all of the sales, authority positioning, like everything that he teaches in his books, he did, and it worked. And I bought it. But almost a year later, I can tell you that buying it was the worst financial decision of my life. Let's get into why. Because at that point in time, when I decided to buy it, I had 4 accounting clients, was like $1,600 a month gross revenue. And so I had to get a loan from a firm where you could do the monthly payments. And so I decided in the moment, after I think 3 hours of the live launch and listening to the emotional pressure, I decided to just like apply to a firm and see what the monthly payment would be. And then once I saw that the monthly payment was going to be, it's $571 a month. We'll round up to $600. So it was going to be $600 a month for the payment. And I was like, well, the payment is $600 a month. I'm making $1,600 a month, so I can cover it. And this is the basic, can I afford this equation that most people use and was the default for me to use, even though I know better. And I'm going to talk about how you make a better decision on whether you can afford something. I already knew how to make a better decision on how to afford something, and I still use this default. I'm going to just look at the gross number, the gross payment versus the gross revenue. So I thought, well, I have enough. I'm making enough to cover the monthly payment. This is a resource that if I buy, I will have available to me, for the rest of my life, even if I don't need it right now, because this is how to optimize an already successful business. And I don't have really a successful business yet because I'm growing it. I'm starting from seed right now. So this is not something that would help me right now, but later on down the line, it will help me. And when I study all of this and I learn all of this down the line, I'll be able to help my clients better because, I do CFO advisory as part of my accounting practice. And I want to work with super successful people, so I need to be able to advise them on these things. So I'm thinking that. And then I'm also thinking, well, even if I don't actually use the physical books, it will be worth it to get access to the ACQ AI because it'll be like having Alex Hormozi in my pocket and I can just ask it for advice on what strategy I should use and what my next play should be. And, basically use it as the genie to answer my questions about what I should do for my business and how to be more successful. And I was also thinking, if I buy this, then my husband will also have access to it too. He's also an entrepreneur. So I'm like, if I buy it, then it will benefit him as well as me. So it's like getting 2 for 1 because now 2 of us will be getting benefit from it. So I was thinking all of those things. And then I went ahead and purchased the offer. And I don't remember what point in the live launch I actually pushed the purchase button. It would be very interesting if I could go back and see, but I don't remember when. I don't think there was any particular one phrase or like point in the offer stack where I was like, oh, I have to get it. I think it was the amount of time I had been listening. So we'd gone through, because he didn't actually start pitching until like an hour and a half into it. So it was accumulating. The pressure against me was maybe for like an hour and a half. So I don't think that there was like one triggering phrase that made me buy it. I think I had been feeling emotional pressure building up for this length of time. And I saw a way to get out of it by buying the thing because that's the option that I was being given. Buy the thing, buy the thing, buy the thing. So I bought the thing to get out of the emotional pressure. And at this point in my business, I didn't need advanced strategies. I'm at seed level. And I need beginning strategies. I am just now making regular YouTube videos and just now starting to build an email list and just now starting to offer products. I already have a service, accounting, but I have so many more ideas for things I could do, but I haven't done them yet. I haven't made them. I don't have data. I don't have customers to optimize. So I didn't need it. And I definitely did need $6,000 this year. So I bought the thing in August of last year. And that next month, I lost my biggest client. I lost 51% of my gross revenue in 1 month after buying this. So I went from $1,600 a month gross revenue to like $900 a month gross revenue. So I could still cover the monthly payment, but now I was having to pull from my savings account to cover it. I was having to put personal money into covering it. I was having to take less money out of my business as owner's comp to cover it. So covering it became the biggest financial worry of this year. Do I have the money? Do I have $571 in the account to come out on the 18th when Affirm takes the automatic payment? Because if I don't, it's going to bounce and then I'm going to owe more interest. Not only did I lose all the profit I made this year, but I lost operating budget because I could have used that money to grow. And theoretically, buying something like this is a growth option because I'm learning something, but it wasn't right for the point in time that I was making the decision. Yes, eventually I will be ready for advanced strategies, but eventually when I am ready, there will be information at that point in time. I might not be able to get this exact set of playbooks later, but I can still get the information contained in them in some way later. So that was a fallacy that marketers use. Unfortunately, sometimes we use to say, oh, this will never happen again. That's not true. The knowledge exists. The knowledge is out there. This particular packaging of the knowledge may never be offered again, but you can still learn the thing and you can still get what you need when you need it. So I might as well have lit $6,000 on fire because now it's gone. I can't get it back. I wish I could get my monies back, but we are well past the point in time where, if that was even an option ever, we are well past the point in time where we can do that, or I can do that. I feel like I failed myself because I knew better. I feel like I failed the people that listened to me about financial advice because I would never tell them to do this, but here I was doing it. So I'm not practicing what I preach. And I put myself in a situation where I had to use money I had set aside to pay my taxes in order to make the monthly payments, which that was another justification because you pay taxes on the money that you keep. You don't pay taxes on the money that you earn. So we're making gross revenue and then we're spending some of that on business expenses. The business expenses are tax deductible. So that gets taken out of how much they calculate the tax on. So I was setting money aside every month to pay my personal income tax. And then when I bought this, now I'm having to take money out of that tax savings in order to make the payments. And I'm thinking, oh, well, that's okay because I bought this and this is a business expense, my taxable income has gone down. So I won't owe that much in tax. So it's okay if I use some of this tax money because I won't need it all, which was true, but that's not the point. The point is, did I need this thing right now? No. And could I afford this thing right now? No. Those are very obvious answers to very obvious questions. But I did have a whole decision-making matrix already set out for myself in making a decision like this and questions to consider whether or not it would be a good purchase. So let's go through it, shall we? Okay, so this is part of a worksheet that I have. It's a free resource in my resource library. And there are some other sections here that I'm not going to go into right now. You're welcome to get this resource and go through them yourself. But the first thing is to know what you're considering. What offer am I considering? What actually is it? And what solution does it provide? So in my own words, I would describe this offer as a collection of knowledge, more or less loosely organized by topic and application. The physical product, digital software masterclass, and the solutions that each of those things offer are advanced strategies for optimizing an already successful business, access to Alex through ACQ AI, and his elite diagnostic system for evaluating a problem and identifying the solution. So the red flag is we're struggling to explain it. Not really. I know what it is. I can't figure out what specific problem they are solving. The solutions are vague, like better confidence or get more leads, or the solutions are clear, but not the ones you need right now. So this would be a red flag. My answers are a red flag because I can describe what they're offering, but those solutions are not ones I need right now. So final score, we got 8 red flags and 1 green flag, and the green flag only came because I decided to give it a tie on one of the questions. So this is a very obvious answer of don't buy the thing. Do not pass go, do not collect. Either you need to understand your problem better, which I definitely did at that point in time. I definitely should have thought through what exactly I was feeling bad about before I considered buying anything. And I should have then identified other solutions for that problem versus just feeling kind of bad about stuff, and got the lay of the land to see what's possible before I even considered purchasing another thing. So definitely the answer for whether or not I should have bought the thing is that I shouldn't have bought the thing. The reason why I still say that this is the worst financial decision of my life is because I had made that matrix before I made this purchase, and I knew all those things already, and I still didn't listen to myself. So I hope that the Matrix will help you out. You can access it in my resource library, which is available for free on my website. All you have to do is sign in, and then once you're a member, then you can just log in. Then there's all kinds of free workbooks for different things. There's a worksheet here for the OPEX and owner's pay, some marketing stuff, sustainable system stuff. I'm adding more things all the time. So check out this, and then you can download the whole matrix and use it to make your own decisions about stuff and take charge of your own destiny, as they say. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.